Welcome back to another week of WWE 2K23 Fantasy Warfare. I am your host, Bloody Bill Vox. Every match on the show this week and next have been chosen by our viewers of WWE 2K23 Fantasy Warfare. Without any further delay, let's go over the matches that will take place this week in WWE 2K23 Fantasy Warfare Viewer's Choice. Our opening matchup of the week will be inside Hell in a Cell as Trish Stratus and Stephanie McMahon will collide inside the Unforgiving Steel. Second match of the week will see LA Knight and Logan Paul collide in singles action. We move on to the third match of the week as the Bullet Club and the Dark Order will collide as Switchblade Jay White steps into Fantasy Warfare action against Brodie Lee. And then in tag team action in our fourth match of the week, it will be NXT's The Creed Brothers going up against one of the most legendary tag teams in WWE history, the Usos. Fifth match of the week will be a singles contest of major proportions as NXT's Bron Breakker goes up against the head of the table, Roman Reigns. And then in our main event of the week, it will be a six-man tag team Hell in a Cell match as the Elite collides with the NWO. Let's head down to the ring for our opening matchup this week on WWE 2K23 Fantasy Warfare.
The following contest is a Hell in a Cell match. Making her way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Trish Stratus. From Greenwich, Connecticut, Stephanie McMahon!
Welcome back, everybody, to Fantasy Warfare. It was a nice 2 weeks off. Well, we had our Extreme Rules tournaments, but now we are into the thick of it with Viewer's Choice, and we are kicking it off in heavy fashion this week with Stephanie McMahon against Trish Stratus inside Hell in a Cell. Way to kick things off this week here in Fantasy Warfare. We've got an action-packed week ahead of us. All of these matches chosen by the viewers as we shared at the top of the show. It's going to be a wild one this week. All of these matches have been requested all throughout the first 2 seasons of Fantasy Warfare. We are bringing them to life here today. Trish Stratus trying to bring life to the face of Stephanie McMahon by beating the hell out of it. Trish Stratus has Stephanie hooked. Nice suplex by Trish. Trish Stratus now becoming a fixture on Monday Night Raw each and every week, whereas Stephanie McMahon has been MIA from the public eye after the sale of WWE, or the merger with Endeavor, UFC, whatever you want to call it, making a special appearance here this week in Fantasy Warfare to do battle with Trish Stratus. Of course, these two have a very lengthy history going all the way back to 2001. If you'll recall, Trish Stratus was involved with Mr. McMahon in a romantic relationship that was happening behind Stephanie's mother's back. You know her as Linda McMahon. If you remember, she was medicated in a wheelchair, kept comatose and zombified all the way up until WrestleMania 17. When Linda McMahon came out of her chair, Trish Stratus had played a role in it. Trish Stratus and Stephanie brawled it out. And there was always tension between the two of them, involving Stephanie's husband, Triple H. Of course, I think many of us will remember the infamous backstage scene in which these two, those two being Triple H and Trish Stratus, were caught in a compromising position, if you will. And Stephanie was none too pleased. I recall a lamp being thrown. And that was a sledgehammer head being thrown. Trish into the cover. Referee is there. We only get one, though. Stephanie able to kick out before even a count of two was able to come down on that one. Hard shot to the jaw by Trish. Go behind. Russian leg sweep. Following up with some nice punches right to the jaw of the billion-dollar princess. Out to the floor goes Trish once again. Stephanie following her, not giving her a chance to breathe, but Trish was waiting for her. Sends Stephanie down at ringside. Of course, this Hell in a Cell match, they can fight anywhere they want. They can fight inside the cage, they can fight outside the cage, but the caveat is the pinfall must occur inside Hell in a Cell. Trish throwing Stephanie at ringside. Trish now going to the opposite side of the ring. What exactly is Trish doing? I think she's going under the ring now. She got a steel chair from under the ring. Stephanie's back up on her feet. Here comes Trish. Stephanie catches her with a shot to the jaw. And a nice European uppercut sends Trish Stratus over the steel steps. Trish now retreating back into the ring, looking to get away from Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie follows her into the ring. We get a lock-up counter with the boots and stomach. And then a Trish kick, a chick kick, right to the side of the head. We get a cover by Trish. And two is all we get on that one, as Stephanie's able to kick out before the count of three. Oh, nice sledgehammer shot right to the midsection by Trish Stratus. She tried to drive in with another one. Stephanie able to counter with a clothesline. Stephanie has been hit multiple times with that sledgehammer, something her husband is known to utilize, but Trish Stratus, maybe she studied some Triple H tape before this matchup here this week in Fantasy Warfare. We're going to cover by Stephanie, and again, only a 2 count. Trish Stratus able to kick out before the count of 3. Trish Stratus gets thrown across the ring by her hair, and then Stephanie catches her with the running, flipping neckbreaker. Stephanie swings and a miss with a sledgehammer. She gets caught in the face. Irish whip sends her off. Drop down by Trish. Collision in the center by Trish and Stephanie. Boot to the midsection. Could it be pedigree time? Pedigree. Yes, it is a pedigree by Stephanie McMahon. Beautifully executed down into the cover. Referee is there for the pin. And 2 is all we get. Trish is able to kick out at the count of 2. Stephanie countering Trish's attempt at some offense with some elbows to the midsection. Nice counter. Trish counters as well. More counters. These two ladies are just countering each other back and forth. Stephanie with elbows to the midsection again. Hits Trish one more time. Irish whip sends her off. Nice back elbow by Stephanie McMahon, dropping Trish Stratus to the mat, and then adding insult to injury, kicking her forehead with the bottom of her boot. Stephanie now out to the floor. What's she looking for under the ring? She got herself a kendo stick. Kendo stick introduced into this Hell in a Cell match. Oh, Trish rolls out of the way, and she dropped Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie not as well versed in the weaponry as Trish. Of course, Trish has been in a number of memorable, there we go, a little tongue-tied on that one, a number of memorable violent brawls over the years, including most memorable for this commentator, Survivor Series 2002 in a hardcore match against Victoria. She came out on the losing end of that one. but it was one of the most violent and vicious brawls we had seen between two females up until that point in time. And many point to that match as being a point in time when the females of WWE started to get a little bit more recognition. Of course, there were many matches in the lineage that helped put a spotlight on the women beyond bra and panties matches. And that match at Survivor Series 2002 between Trish and Victoria was certainly one of them. Stephanie, on the other hand, hasn't really ever played in violent matches, no DQs, falls count anywhere, extreme rules. Hell, this Hell in a Cell match is probably the most violent she's ever gotten in her career. So I'm not all that surprised that she was having difficulty swinging the weapons a few moments ago and connecting, whereas Trish Stratus has just been wildly effective at utilizing the weaponry in this contest. European uppercut again by Trish. Stephanie holding herself up on the ring steps, and then she just gets clobbered over them again, and another chick kick, this time to the back of Stephanie's head. And again. There's more of a super kick, but Stephanie up on her feet. Hey, somebody tell that referee to get the hell out of our way. We can't see what the hell's going on. Damn referee, why don't you, try moving around? Maybe, take a different vantage point to stand there and do nothing while these women are fighting on the floor. You're literally only here to count to 3. Why are you in the way, sir? Trish re-enters the ring. Stephanie coming after her, and she sends her back out to the floor. I guess she didn't want her in the ring. Not quite sure what the logic was there, but a nice European uppercut sends Trish into the cage wall. And Stephanie goes into the cage wall instead. Trish countering that attempt of Stephanie to send her back into the cage wall, and now Trish back on the offensive trail here, hitting that super kick on the floor. Stephanie dazed and confused. Another European uppercut. Stephanie taking a moment to pose. That I wouldn't do that right now, Stephanie. I would stay on the offense. Trish Stratus drop kicking the Invisible Man. Nice DDT onto the sledgehammer handle. Good Lord. That was right onto the handle, and that's it. Stephanie McMahon gets the victory here in Hell in a Cell, dropping Trish Stratus with a DDT on the handle of the sledgehammer. You could hear Trish's skull crack off of that handle. What a way to end things for Stephanie McMahon. What a victory for Stephanie McMahon. I doubt she's going to be saying thank you, Trish, after this one. But the action continues this week here on Fantasy Warfare. Viewer's Choice. Singles action coming up next. It will be LA Knight going one-on-one with Logan Paul.
weighing in at 230 pounds, LA Knight.
Welcome back to Fantasy Warfare, everybody. Singles action time. We've got Logan Paul in one corner, LA Knight in the other. Of course, they're verbal. I guess you couldn't really call it verbal because Logan Paul just stood there and looked kind of silly, being like, oh, really, bro? What's going on with this, bro? LA Knight, of course, telling Logan Paul that he's a guy that makes YouTube videos for 14-year-old girls and has the nerve to call himself a megastar. And, of course, LA Knight was also the further subject of discussion this week when Kevin Nash came out on his podcast, Click This, and said that LA Knight, to him, is nothing more than a ripoff of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That certainly has set the internet on fire. I remember the days when you could share your views on a wrestler and it wouldn't set things on fire, but apparently Kevin Nash is unable to do so. Personally, I don't agree with Mr. Nash. I don't think that LA Knight is a full-blown ripoff of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Are there inspirations to the character? You betcha. I would absolutely say that he has to have been inspired by The Rock and Stone Cold, but up until the recent comparisons, I had never really seen it myself. It's one of those things where somebody points it out to you and then maybe you give it some consideration, but up until then, personally, I'd never seen it. But it's a wild world out there in the world of wrestling. We're going to be careful about sharing our views. In fact, some people may be angry with me for saying I don't agree with Mr. Nash. But, you know, it is what it is. Nice fireman's carry by Logan Paul. Of course, Logan Paul was also the subject of discussion after a very scary Spanish fly at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. What the hell? Did he just break the Matrix with that one? I think he might have. He broke the Matrix with that backflip. That moonsault. Nice power slam by LA Knight. As we were saying, Logan Paul was involved in quite the scary situation. That Spanish fly from the ring through the tables. Logan Paul and Ricochet had very unsteady feet in that one. I got to tell you, watching that one live on the Peacock and the WWE Network, for those of you internationally, that was a scary scene. And I definitely maintain that I don't think they would have done it without a table, but if there had not been a table there, we'd be talking about two guys with broken necks here this week. So very grateful that nobody suffered any major injuries in that matchup. Sounds like everybody get the usual bumps, scrapes, and cuts. Speaking of bumps, scrapes, and cuts, LA Knight in firm control here of Logan Paul. Here in our second match of the week on Fantasy Warfare Viewer's Choice. Nice butterfly suplex by LA Knight. Misses the elbow drop. Logan Paul moved out of the way on that one. Nice neck breaker. Jawbreaker by LA Knight. And again with that power slam, I mean, hey, what the hell? If it works, keep going back to it is what I say. If it keeps on working, keep on going back to it. That's what you got to do. Knee to the face and a nice lariat clothesline by LA Knight. Down into the cover with the referee. Only a count of two on that one. Logan Paul able to kick out. LA Knight now stalking. He's stalking him. Hitting the finish on him. This has got to be all. Drove his head right into the canvas. And it is. It's all. LA Knight gets the victory here this week in Fantasy Warfare in decisive fashion. Picking up the pinfall victory over Logan Paul here in this second match of the week. This Viewer's Choice matchup. But as Logan Paul licks his wounds and LA Knight celebrates his victory, we get ready for our next contest here in Viewer's Choice. Bullet Club Gold and the Dark Order will collide coming up next, as it will be Switchblade Jay White going one-on-one with the Exalted One, Brodie Lee.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Auckland, New Zealand, weighing in at 220 pounds, Jay White. And his opponent from Buffalo, New York, weighing in at 275 pounds, Brodie Lee.
Welcome back to Fantasy Warfare, everybody. Our third match of the week is about to get underway. Bullet Club Gold's Jay White against Dark Order's Brodie Lee. Oh, catches him right away with a complete shot. What a way to start this match off into the cover. And we only get two. Can you imagine if that match had ended as quick as it started? Nice falling reverse DDT. Jay White coming right out of the shot right away on Brodie Lee. Brodie Lee tried charging to begin this matchup, but he got caught and dropped, and that has just been the theme so far. First three sequences of this match have seen Jay White delivering some devastating offense on Brodie Lee, and he does it again. Jay White starting fast and furious here in this one. Of course, Jay White, member of Bullet Club Gold, might even call him the leader of Bullet Club Gold, although I'm not sure what Juice Robinson would think about that one. Nice sit-out powerbomb by Brodie Lee into the cover, only a count of one on that one. And Brodie Lee, the legendary and late leader of the Dark Order. Nice Hurricane Rana by Brodie. Going out to the floor, chasing after him. Brodie chasing after Jay Lee, not giving Jay White. It's Lee is Brodie's name. It's not Jay Lee and Brodie White. Get your names together, man. Jay White bringing Brodie Lee, second rope. Oh, nice clubbing shots. Clubbing shots and kicks to the chest. Jay White is showing quite a vicious streak here this week in this contest against Brodie Lee. Brodie has had some offense, but it has been pretty much all Jay White so far in this one. I think I know what Jay White was going for, but Brodie Lee's leg was like, nah, I ain't doing that. What do we got going on here? What the hell? Why? Why did Austin Theory's music just play? What the hell is that all about? No appearance from Austin Theory. He didn't walk out to the ring. Just his music played. That was confusing. Does that mean Austin Theory's going to join Bullet Club Gold, or Does he want to join the Dark Order? He's trying to get their attention? Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what to make of that. Why did that happen? We can go ahead back to focusing on things we know how they're happening, and that was a near fall by Jay White on Brodie Lee. Lock up in the center. Irish whip sends Brodie off the ropes. Oh, nice. Back elbow drops the Exalted One. Small package by Brodie Lee into the cover. Referee there. We only get a 1 count on that one, though. Drop kick to the back of the head. Stomp to the back of the head as well. And again. Woof. Nice shot by Brodie Lee, dropping Jay White. Brodie Lee now in control of this one. Up on the second rope, waiting for Jay White to get up to his feet. Nice flying shoulder block by Brodie Lee. Took his damn head off with that lariat clothesline. Referee there for the cover. Only a 2 count. Jay White able to kick out before the count of 3. Again, one more time. Could this be all for Jay White's chances of victory? Yes, it is. Brodie Lee picks up the victory. He was dominated for the opening moments of this matchup, and he recovered and recovered strong to pick up the victory here this week over Jay White. But the action this week here on Fantasy Warfare is not even close to complete. We still have 3 matches to go, including coming up next. Tag team action. It will be the Creed brothers against the Usos. Don't you dare go anywhere. Fantasy Warfare continues coming up next.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 515 pounds, Brutus and Julius, the Creed brothers. Their opponents at a combined weight of 493 pounds, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos! Let's welcome these folks to the Uso Penitentiary.
Welcome back down to ringside. I'm ready for some more tag team action here this week in Fantasy Warfare. It's going to be the Creed brothers against the Usos, and if you just watched NXT earlier this week, you know the Creed brothers are now without a home in WWE. We're on the losing end of a tag team match with Schism and the Dyad on this past week's NXT episode, and now the Creed brothers, well, I mean, they got a home here in Fantasy Warfare. They're here courtesy of a viewer's request who wanted to see the Creed brothers go up against the Usos. And of course, we know the Usos and their current situation on Friday Night SmackDown within WWE and Roman Reigns. And we, as of the airing of this show, we are just a little bit away from the tribal trial of the tribal chief, or I don't know. There's a trial that's going to happen on Friday Night SmackDown. Just about an hour and a half away as we are airing here on YouTube. Friday Night SmackDown, 8 p.m. Eastern. Boom! Nice headbutt. Jey Uso came flying with that headbutt. Now, you have to pardon me, I don't know the difference between these Creed brothers. I don't know which Creed brother is in the ring, which one is on the floor, or which one is on the apron, which one's on the floor. And this fight is officially on the floor. Countouts in effect for this one. Elbow to the side of the head. These boys look very similar. I had a production assistant run and get me a photo of these guys, and I don't even know. I know the names, Brutus and Julius, but that's about as far as it goes. So I am admitting complete ignorance here to the Creed brothers. And well, unfortunately for them, without a home in WWE, may not get to know them much better. Cover in the ring by one of them. One of the Creed brothers. Ooh, I just keep saying Creed over and over again. I can't be wrong, right? Nice back elbow by Creed. Whipped him into the corner. Back elbow. Nice slip through by Jey Uso, but he gets caught with a shot to the face. Scoop slam attempt, no way. That is a crazy, wild throw. Gotten some clarification here from the back. I believe we've got Brutus in the ring here. Looks like Brutus does not wear knee pads, and the other guy values his knees. So Brutus hates his knees, Julius loves his knees, and that's where we're at. But hey, whatever. I already admitted my ignorance, so it's all good. You guys already know I was dumb for this one, so you know, such is life. Just as it is life that a Samoan drop was just hitting the ring. Only a 1 count on that one. Still 2 more matches left to go this week here in Fantasy Warfare. Of course, our main event will be the Hell in a Cell match between the Elite and the NWO. But coming up before that and coming up next will be Braun Breaker and Roman Reigns. It's been a great week of Viewers' Choice matchups thus far. Great picks by our viewers here at YouTube. Going to tag by Brutus to the one who doesn't hate his knees, Julius. Here comes Julius. He's got Jimmy. Oh, wow. Just whipped him down and around. Jimmy Uso just got thrown like he weighed nothing. Jimmy Uso bringing him over to the ropes. Jimmy's got Julius, but Julius got elbows. And Julius hits a nice spear. More of a takedown, really, but still, it got the job done. Jimmy is down, but able to counter back up on his feet. And a knee to the midsection by Julius. Nice double arm throw. Tags made on both sides. Here comes Brutus, and here comes Jey. Jey catches Brutus. Brutus was a little overzealous, but able to break the hold of Jey Uso. Irish whip sends him into the corner. Big time splash missed in the corner by Brutus. And into a nope. I thought we were going to see another Samoan drop. But Jey Uso gets countered with elbows to the side of the head. He counters Brutus. Hard shots with chops and overhands. And then a nice hip toss takedown by Jey Uso. smashing the head off the canvas. The Usos, of course, recently won the Bloodline Civil War, with Jey Uso handing Roman Reigns his first pinfall in WWE in 3.5 years. The last man able to do it was Baron Corbin back in 2019. And it was that very Uso splash that Jey Uso just missed that did the job at Money in the Bank. We'll have to see if he can hit a splash here today and get the job done. But it's Brutus with a devastating drop for Jimmy Uso into the cover. We only get 2 on that one. Brutus heads back to the Creed corner, makes a tag to Julius. In comes Julius. Drop kick takes down Jimmy. Jimmy trying to take the knees out. Nice shots by Jimmy Uso, backing up Julius Creed. And a flapjack takes him down and out to the floor. I think Julius might have cracked his nose on that one. Jump swinging DDT. Beautiful jump swinging DDT. Lock up in the center by Julius. Going for another one of those throws. Yes, he is. Beautiful throw by Julius. Going over to the Creed corner. Makes a tag to his brother Brutus. Brother Brudi. We could call him Brother Brudi. And he's got to be better than Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Tagged by the Usos. In comes Jey. Jey comes running with a beautiful drop kick that takes Brutus down. Kicking him back up to his feet and dropping him once again with a hard forearm shot. Usos making quick tags now. Very smart on their part. It's one of the reasons they're one of the most legendary tag teams in wrestling history. And it's crazy. Who would have ever thunk it when these guys debuted on Monday Night Raw wearing sleeveless sweater vests and things of that sort, looking like a bunch of preppy rich kids. It was an interesting look. And obviously, they found their own look as time went on. But when they first debuted, who would have ever thunk that all these years later, the Usos would still be in WWE and dominating the tag team scene, no less? That's exactly what they have been doing for the last, 13, 14 years at this point? Jey gets caught by Brutus into a power bomb. Beautiful power bomb by Brutus. And he just whips Jey Uso by his foot across the ring. Clubbing blow to the back, and then a shot to the shoulder socket. I'm going to get him right with the shoulder socket. Separated with a stomp. Can you imagine? Excuse me, sir, how did you dislocate your shoulder? Well, I was in a match with this guy named Brutus Creed, and he stomped my shoulder so hard, my shoulder muscle was like, nah, I ain't sticking around there anymore. What a story. What a story it would be. Referee quick to enact the 10 count, but Brutus saying, no way, sir. I'm going to send you back into the ring. We're going to keep this match in the ring. That's where these matches are won. And Jey Uso quickly back on the offense. Makes a tag to his brother Jimmy. Again, the Usos keeping it fast and frequent with their tags. Nice sliding lariat by Julius on Jimmy Uso into the cover. Here comes Jey. He breaks it up. Powerbomb City, no. Just whipping them across the ring. Good Lord, these Creed boys are strong. Like I said at the top of this match, I'm very unfamiliar with them. I know of them. I kind of know what they've been up to. But in terms of seeing their actual matches, it's been very few and far between. But one thing is for sure, after watching these boys in action here this week against the Usos, is they are strong boys. Nice counter. Beautiful counter into the Bulldog by Julius. Bringing him over to the Creed corner. Making a tag to his brother Brutus. Brother Brutai. Double Irish whip. And a double back body drop. Jimmy Uso rolling out to the floor, looking to grab a moment, but Brutus ain't. Oh, I thought Brutus wasn't going to let it happen, but he jumped down off the top. Going after Jey Uso instead, but he pays for it. And then Jey Uso gets hit down on the floor. Brutus made him pay for it. That was kind of an odd choice there. I think I would have stuck to my offense on Jimmy Uso. That allowed Jimmy a chance to recover, and it could come back to bite the Creeds. Kick to the spine by Jimmy. Quick little dance followed up by a thrust shot right to the face. And another counter into a bulldog. Julius knows how to counter his way into a bulldog, does he? Tag again by the Usos. In comes Jey. Jey blocks the attempt into a Samoan drop. Toss him up, catch him down, drop him. Now looking to rip the hamstring of Julius Creed apart. Followed up with the elbow drop and another tag to his brother Jimmy. Certainly can't understate how fluid the Usos have been with regards to making tags. Not that the Creed brothers haven't made, some timely tags, but at the end of the day, the Usos have made more tags than the Creeds, and they have done a great job of keeping their opponent isolated on their side of the ring. Of course, as I say that, Julius is up, and he's over the top rope. I guess if you're going to leave the Uso penitentiary, you're going to get taken down. Jimmy taking both Creed brothers down. But Julius able to take Jimmy down on the floor as the referee starts their 10 count. These boys better be careful. Julius now heading back into the ring. He's in the ring. Jimmy is down on the floor. The Creed brothers look like they would be content to take a count-out victory here over the Usos. Personally speaking, if I'm in there as a young tag team against the Usos, I don't want a count-out victory. Jesus. I say, I don't want a count-out victory. I want what Brutus is going for, the pinfall victory, but Jey was there to break it up in a moment's notice. Nice senton follow-up, though, by Brutus. Brutus now heading up to the top rope as Jimmy gets back up to his feet. Nice flying back elbow. Folds Jimmy in half. Into the cover. Here comes Jey, though. Not even a 1 count as Jey kicks Brutus right in the head. Crawling up in the corner. Brutus waiting on him. Jey makes a tag. Catches Brutus with a forearm shot. Brutus squaring up. He gets caught with an Irish whip. Short arm reversal. Boot to the midsection. Hard clubbing shot to the back. Brutus now going after the Usos again. The Creed brothers got to be careful there. It was not smart on their part. Created distraction. Oh my goodness. The Usos splashed nearly halfway across the ring, but Julius was there to break it up. And the other Creed just got thrown to the floor like a sack of bricks. As I was saying, the Creed brothers, they got to be careful on how much they are going after the Usos' illegal man. You got to focus on the legal man. Both times, the Creed brothers have gone after the illegal man on the Usos side. They have paid for it. So, you think maybe they might learn from those mistakes and not keep going for it, but that does not seem to be the case thus far here in this contest. Call it rookie mistakes, call it whatever you will, but it's definitely an error in judgment. We're at a count of 5 on the floor here. We saw earlier the Creed brothers were rather content with the idea of winning by countout. They were going to leave Jimmy laid out on the floor to take a countout victory. Jey going after the other Creed brother. We're at a count of 9, though. Will Brutus make it back in time? No, he does not. Brutus was down and out on the floor. He might be hurt. He was not moving on the floor after that one. So by way of count out, your winners are the Usos. I guess maybe that's a way of saying, hey, you would have taken a count out victory over us. Well, we just got one over you.
Here are your winners, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
Well, coming up next, we are going to see an NXT powerhouse against a WWE superstar. It's going to be Bron Breakker going one-on-one with the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
Representing the Bloodline from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, Roman Reigns!
Welcome back down to ringside, everybody, for some more fantasy warfare. Excuse me, it was choked on my spit there. Right as we're coming back, almost a commentator death. Can't have that happening. That'd be a lot of paperwork for somebody. In any event, twisted humor aside, fifth match of the week is underway. Bron Breakker, NXT powerhouse sensation himself, second generation superstar, going up against the head of the table, Roman Reigns. You know, Bron's been calling out a lot of big guns recently. So it makes perfect sense that one of our viewers wanted to see Bron Breakker call his shot against Roman Reigns. Of course, Roman, as we mentioned in our last match, the Usos and the Creeds, Roman just suffered his first pinfall loss in WWE in 3.5 years. So Bron Breakker looking to make the most of the experience here this week. Send Roman Reigns off to SmackDown with a loss. Of course, in just about an hour's time over on WWE programming, Friday Night SmackDown, it's going to be the tribal trial of the Tribal Chief. Probably officiated by the Tribal Trio. I don't know. Too many T's going on there. Nice clothesline by Roman Reigns. Roman would certainly like to head into that proceeding with a victory. Maybe bode well for his verdict in the end. Not even sure what he is being tried for. Is he being tried for treason? Is he being tried for being a bad man? Is he being tried for being mean to Jimmy and Jay? And Roman right now is got Bron Breakker on trial as well. Dear Lord. What a trio, followed up by a dropkick attempt that Bron was thankfully able to move out of the way of. Roman with a counter, kicks Bron back. Hard shot to the back. Roman's got him up on the shoulders. Drops him down, head first in the corner. Roman Reigns in firm control at this moment over Bron Breakker into the cover. Bron gets that shoulder up. Roman up on the top rope now. Flies off with an elbow, but nobody was home. Bron had just barely moved out of the way. Lucky for him because, Roman Reigns, what does he got to be like? 265, 270, something like that? I wasn't listening when the ring announcer said the announcements earlier. What's going on here? Over the top rope and down to the floor. Bron Breakker just took out Roman Reigns. German suplex. Roman Reigns folded in half on the top of his freaking head. Good Lord. Smashing the arm off the canvas and stomping on it. Driving the knee into the side of the head. Referee is reaching a count of 4. Could we see another count-out victory? I would hope we don't see 2 count-outs in a row. We must have heard me, because we're not gonna. Roman kicks Bron Breakker away. Both men back up to their feet. Roman tried for a clothesline, but he got stopped. He was almost confused as to what the hell happened. Nice clothesline there, though. No doubt in that clothesline. Irish whip sends him to the opposite side. Nice power slam by Bron Breakker. Hard shot to the temple by Bron, driving those big old knuckles right into the temple, but Roman able to counter again. Clearly these boys did a lot of tape study. Lots of counters in this contest very early on. Nice spear by Bron Breakker. Into the cover. This could be all for Roman. 2 count only. Roman able to kick out. And a nice running neck breaker by the Tribal Chief. Thought it very well could be over on that exchange with the devastating spear by Bron Breakker, but that was not the case. Dropping him down, throat first across the top rope. Tried to grab him by the throat. Did not happen there. Hard shot to the top of the head by Roman Reigns on Bron Breakker. Going for that guillotine choke. He's got it locked in. He's got it locked in tight. Will Bron Breakker tap out, or can he manage to break free from this devastating grip that Roman Reigns currently has around the body? He's trying to fight through. He rolls through. No cover on that one. That might have been a little bit of a mistake. Tried for a clothesline, but Roman blocks it. Picking him up. Going for it. What's it going to be? Oh, not a neck breaker, but a brutal forearm shot to the back of the head. Bron Breakker rolled right out to the floor. Got back in the ring. He greets Roman. Hard forearm shot to the lower back. Irish whip sends him off. Tried for a shoulder block, but Roman blocked that. Knee to the midsection. Irish whip attempt. Yes, it is. Into the corner. Flies in with a splash and takes Roman Reigns down. Smashing the kneecap of Roman Reigns off the net. Standing moonsault by Bron Breakker into the cover. Referee is there. We only get 2. Bron Breakker, impressive. Standing moonsault. Now with an impressive feat of strength. Press slam on Roman Reigns. Drops him down to the mat. Bron Breakker now heading up to the top rope. What's he gonna do here? Flying elbow drop to the upper spine of Roman Reigns. He rolls the tribal chief over. This could be all. We get 1, we got 2, and that's all we get is 2. Roman Reigns able to kick out before Bron Breakker was able to get that count of 3. Hard shot to the top of the skull by Bron Breakker. Dragging him out to the ring. Or to the center, I should say. Roman with the counter into the cover. Only got 1, though. Nice hard clothesline by Bron. Ducks a clothesline from Roman. Back body drop to the tribal chief. Bron Breakker is on fire in this contest. And a spine buster follows all of that up. Bron looks like he thinks the Usos are here for him. But I think the Usos are here for Roman. Wait a minute. Jey Uso just hit Bron Breakker in the head with a steel chair. Why? Why would Jey Uso do that for Roman Reigns? I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to pay off because Bron is already back up on his feet. Interesting interference there. Nice flapjack by Roman Reigns on Bron Breakker. Got him by the throat. Up in the air, press slam style. Oh, down. Beautiful, beautiful maneuver. Into the cover. Only a count of 2. Bron Breakker could be looking for that spear. He hit one earlier. Can he hit another one? Yes, he does. Another spear. Hitting that spear on Roman Reigns. Now trying to drag him out to the center of the ring. Better positioning. Keep him away from the ropes. Nope. He's not. He's waiting for more. He's going to do more. Got him by the throat again. Picking him up in the air. No, Roman counters it. Headbutt to the skull. Drops Bron Breakker. Thought Bron was going to go for that press slam into the power slam. Comes off the ropes. Nice counter into a tornado DDT. Looked like Roman was going for a back body drop, but he got DDT'd on the top of the skull instead. And Bron hits a nice elbow drop. Roman back up to his feet. Irish whip sends Bron across the ring. Superman punch in the corner. Follows it up, ducks a clothesline. Big time spear by Roman. Roman into the cover on Bron. We're going to count. We got 2, and that's all we're going to get. Roman cannot believe it. Bron Breakker rolls out to the floor. And this match continues, but Roman becomes a human rocket, a human missile, if you will, off the top rope, taking down Bron Breakker. Well, he was going for a roll-up, but he was going for a roll-up into a powerbomb. Devastating move on the floor by Roman. Referee's count reset. Count of 1. Knees to the midsection on Bron Breakker. Got him up, power slam. Yes, it is. Power slam on the floor by Roman Reigns. Referee has now reached a count of 4. And Bron Breakker now thrown back into the ring by Roman Reigns. Roman now heading up to the top rope. Unfamiliar territory for him, but he hits with the elbow drop. Into the cover on Bron Breakker. We got 2. And one more time. Bron Breakker kicks out of the high-impact offense of Roman Reigns. But he may not kick out of what Roman has in mind here. Going for a second spear. He blocks it. Bron Breakker blocked the spear with a knee to the skull of Roman Reigns. And then he drops him with a hard shot to the skull. Grabbing him 2 hands around the throat. Got him up and choke toss Beal. Sending Roman Reigns across the ring. Roman now back up on his feet. Drops Bron Breakker. Looked like Roman was going to try for the spear again, but Bron got up. Bron's got him up. Press slam. Could it be the power slam? Yes, it is. Press slam, power slam. Into the cover. Referee is there. We got 3. Bron Breakker with a huge victory over Roman Reigns here this week in Fantasy Warfare. I don't believe it, folks. Out of nowhere. Bron Breakker gets the victory here this week in Fantasy Warfare, but we still have one more match to go. Our main event this week, a 6-man tag team Hell in a Cell match. It's going to be the Elite versus the NWO, and it's coming up next.
The following is a 6-man tag team Hell in a Cell match. Introducing first, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 218 pounds, Kenny Omega. Combined weight of 350 pounds. 302 pounds, Hollywood Hogan!
Welcome back, everybody. Main event time. The Elite versus the NWO. The team captains coming out individually on their own. Hollywood Hogan for the NWO, Kenny Omega for the Elite, and of course the Young Bucks and the Outsiders. Anything goes in this one. First fall wins, one fall to a finish, as they will say. It is our main event this week here in Fantasy Warfare. Two of the more legendary trios in wrestling history. The NWO getting their start back in 1996. Not quite sure what year the Elite got their start. There's been so many iterations. We're going to have somebody run and get that info for us right now. This one's going to be tough to call, folks. The Elite, according to quick research, and, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, because it's a quick look, but apparently they formed originally as a subset within the Bullet Club back in 2016. But anyway, as I was saying, this match will be a little tough to call because there's 6 guys here, there's bodies flying everywhere. They just told me in the truck, well, put on your damn glasses, and I said, okay, I'll put on my damn glasses. Maybe I'll see a little bit there, but I don't think I'll see a ton. We got a cover in the ring. Didn't go very far. We got drop kicks. Nice side suplex by Kevin Nash. Thought it was Scott Hall. Scott Hall battling it out with Kenny Omega over there. Nice DDT dropping Kevin Nash. Think that one split him open. I think that one split him open. Hogan gets sent over the top rope. Even with damn glasses on, I can't see. You jerks. You should zoom in with the camera, damn yous. Damn yous. Send it in. Our one rant of the show is officially underway, and it only took me until the main event. We got a headlock in the ring. It's beautiful. Nice headlock in a Hell in a Cell match, because that's what we want to see. Great technical wrestling. Nah, that's what we want to see. Steel chair action. I can't even tell who's swinging the damn thing, but I know Kevin Nash was getting walloped with it. Hollywood Hogan threw somebody into the cage. I say that's one thing that sets the NWO apart from the Elite here, from my personal perspective, is each member of the NWO is distinctly different. But you can also tell they are distinctly together. And while you can tell that about Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, oh my goodness, somebody just went through the wall. This Hell in a Cell match is spilled to the floor, and now I can't even tell. And we cut away. Looks like we got a Young Buck. One of the Young Bucks in Scott Hall. Bulldog on top of Hell in a Cell. So safe to say our camera angle is going to be stuck with this wide shot forever now with Scott Hall and one of those Young Bucks. I can't even tell. The angle is so far away, damn it. And I already have a hard enough time remembering which one is which with those boys. Well, it's all out bedlam, all out chaos. It's the main event of Fantasy Warfare. I guess we wouldn't have it any other way. But while we are having some difficulty kind of seeing the action here to some degree, let's go ahead and tell you about our bonus match that will be hitting Fantasy Warfare right here on YouTube this coming Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, a viewer's choice bonus match. We are going to see Dusty and Cody Rhodes, father and son, enter tag team battle with The Rock and Rocky Johnson. The Johnsons. It's the Rhodes against the Johnsons this coming Monday right here at YouTube.com. Oh my God. Somebody just went off the top of the Hell in a Cell. It was one of the Young Bucks. They dropped like a sack of bricks. And then, in the midst of all that, Kevin Nash hit a reverse Hurricane Rana. Like, what? We're back to a wide shot. The lights dimmed for a moment. Thought we were about to have some sort of crazy run-in of some kind. Did Scott Hall climb back up on the cell? He did. He went back up to... Oh my goodness! Scott Hall just powerbombed one of the Young Bucks off the top of the Hell in a Cell through the freaking table below. Kevin Nash now climbing up. I think Scott Hall also climbed. I think Scott Hall just fell. Oh no, we got another Young Buck climbing the cage. I can't even tell what's going on here. We need better camera work in these multi-man matches. Hear that? 2K? Are you listening? You listening into this broadcast? Well, get it together in the truck, 2K. Why do we not have a tight shot in the ring? Why do we not have a tight shot on the floor? There's 6 freaking combatants in this match. And I and the viewers can't see a damn thing. We got the ring. A Young Buck and Hollywood Hogan. We got Kenny Omega and the other one. Along with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall on the floor. I don't know. This is chaos. It's hell. Steel chair held in the ring to the back of Hollywood Hogan. And again, one more time, and Hogan rolls out of the way and drops with a clothesline. We got more people climbing the cell. Hogan with a scoop slam and the big leg drop in the ring into the cover. Nobody there to break it up. This has got to be, oh no, it's not. It is not all. Hogan hit the big leg drop, and it was not all it could be. We've got a fight on top of the Hell in a Cell. We've got Scott Hall and somebody else on the floor. Now the other young buck is climbing up to go fight with his brother on top of the Hell in a Cell. Kevin Nash just got taken down. Hogan with a scoop slam again. Going for the big leg. Yes, he is. Big time leg drop. Hogan into the cover. We got one. We got two. We got three. The NWO picks up the victory here as Hollywood Hulk Hogan is able to drop the big leg and pick up the win for the NWO in this week's main event here on Fantasy Warfare.
Here are your winners.
But what a week it has been. What a week of Viewer's Choice action. We'll have another week next Friday night, and of course be here Monday for our bonus match, 6 p.m. Eastern. But until next Friday night, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching WWE 2K23 Fantasy Warfare Viewer's Choice.